Hello, and welcome to Historical Humans Reads, where we take primary sources and bring them to your screen. I'm Colum Coleman, and today we are reading from the Gettysburg Address. Hailed as the greatest speech in American history, it was delivered by then-sitting President Abraham Lincoln on November 19, 1863, to a small crowd in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. The speech was delivered as part of a ceremony to designate a portion of the fields on which the Battle of Gettysburg had been fought as a graveyard and memorial to America's fallen soldiers. The address was unique in its time for its brevity, as Lincoln's preceding speaker had addressed the crowd for 2 full hours. The president's message holds in itself a timeless strength that is equal parts reverence and resolve. Today, we'll be reading the Gettysburg Address in its entirety. With that, let's begin. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now, we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation, so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. This has been an excerpt from the Gettysburg Address on Historical Humans Reads. If you enjoyed this video and would like to hear more excerpts from original texts, please subscribe to be notified of the next one. If there's a work you would like to hear, be sure to like the video and leave a comment listing it below. Thank you for listening.